Good morning. Kasonde Mwenda, representative of the Tonse Pamozi Alliance. We appreciate your giving us this opportunity because indeed we were worried when we were starved of such important interactions. So we commend you for coming back. First one is an issue that is causing a lot of anxiety with regards how the information has been managed after the resumption of the voting and counting process. It was done impromptu and it was done with immediate effect. But some of the salient issues that have arisen is that people want to know at the time of departure from counting and announcement up until the time of resumption of counting and announcement, what is and what was the state of the polling material. Why this is of serious concern is because it has created a lot of anxiety, because the information that a lot of people are sitting on is that by large, most of the material was already counted. So we'd want clarity, or at least guidance, as we got from the previous address by the ECZ chairperson, who had vehemently put it across that polling had happened exclusively and well at all polling stations. But now with regards counting, we needed to be guided the extent to which the counting had been done and concluded, because we are having the fear that what is being purported on the ground, if at all it is true, that it is not a continuation of the count, but a recount that has been called, is very worrying, because most of the information that we have on the ground, not with the interest to alarm, but to seek clarity, is that when people were moved from the polling stations, some of them just saw soldiers and they scampered and ran. Those are critical stakeholders. But upon resumption, what modalities were put in place that it was not a continuation or a recount that was exclusively to the officials of ECZ? Would want your clarity for you to give us at what moment you went in, what measures you put in, that the continuation was not an exclusive privilege that has been done by ECZ and a few were privileged, because you resumed counting almost immediately and we don't know what happened to those unfortunately who had fled the polling station. Some had been beaten and kicked. So we'd want to be guided.
Mr. Kasonde Mwenda, sir.
Secondly,
please wind up your questions if you can, but also can we mind if are we able to substantiate some of the words we are using? We are not here to alarm, but only speak to things you can substantiate. But please proceed to wind up your question.
Thank you so much. You know, you stuffed us these questions. If you had allowed conversation, we wouldn't be, because this is just one of the 4 questions I have.
The more reason you should summarize your questions.
I'll tackle them, bring them to you. Don't rush me. I came rushing because in the first place, you're not giving us timelines. I was taking a shower, and what do I see?
Mr. Mwenda, we are not here to do a back and forth with each other. The Commission has given you an opportunity. We are guiding, just like we've guided everybody. Please, can we not get to this? Ask your questions, and if you can, please summarize. Thank you.
Thank you for the opportunity. We have also given you an opportunity. It's not like you are giving only us. So, you even made me lose my thought. So, we'd want clarity on that matter. Second one, we are stakeholders. I think this should be understood. Of course, we are not perfect. There will be mistakes. We'll correct each other with due respect. And we are appealing to you, the ECZ. You are the referees. Us, the players, should not only be important, but also feel to be important and protected by you. Because I don't know how you are going to referee this election if we are not there, or if we are threatened, or if we are ambushed. Right now, on us as the NRPUP, we are in a place where, as your players in this election you have called, we have received a lot of harassments. With all due respect, and I must commend the CEO, that he made a very important pronouncement in the previous address when he talked to us, saying, those results that are announced at the polling station are legitimate. They can be shared. I think those are his actual words. I beg to be corrected. But he said those that are declared by the returning officer are legitimate, they can be relied on, and they can be shared. And Zambians should not feel like they're committing a crime when they share that information, guided by the CEO that is legitimate. That then means that, of course, it is a preserve of the ECZ to make a declaration of the winner. But it is no offense for you to make an announcement of how you have performed based on the information that has been legally made available to you as legitimate by the ECZ. And it is that information that is coming from the ECZ at polling centers that we are capturing for our PVT, which is our constitutional right. So we would not be comfortable with innuendos of intimidation, painting it like we have done an illegality. For us to make assessment and position ourselves, for instance, as having a strong foot in winning this election, it is not a crime. You are the one giving us the numbers. And trust me, we have the capability to compute those and be able to assess, not to declare that we have won, but to tell our position that with the numbers you're giving us, we are in poor position. We are not saying you have no consequence. You are of consequence, but don't criminalize even what is in the ambit of the law. Going forward, we would want to put it across that you also take interest in what is happening to some of the accredited political players, some of them who are incarcerated. I think if people are in your courts, it will be polite for you to even notify the country saying some people broke the law, electoral law, according to your interpretation, and such measures have been taken. Because right now, we are busy looking for some accredited members who are probably in custody.
Mr. Mwenda,
please.
Please.
Let me lose my thought.
No. Let's do this. When we guide, we have guided. What you're giving us is now going outside. You said you have 4 questions. We've given you the platform. Please try as much as possible to summarize. We have given you the opportunity, and we've said, can we quickly do this?
Okay,
Are you able to conclude your other 2 questions?
Sure. So there are a number of accredited members of ECZ who are in custody. We are indulging you respectfully that you take interest. We shouldn't be moving around looking for people who have disappeared. It is causing unnecessary tension. We have members of our party who are missing, who are accredited, and you should take interest. Finally, we would also bring it to you. I saw how you called me out saying I just walked in. Yes, I called in because you did abracadabra, that you had called this. Give us timelines. We want to be scheduled. Thank you so much. I think it has been communicated. We appreciate it.
Thank you. A reminder to our stakeholders, we are not here to battle it out. We are not fighting anybody. We are here to have a conversation. We are giving you this platform to interact with the Commission. We've been on this journey before, in this very Mulongoshi. We don't want to go back there. It is a well-known fact that we want to turn, somehow, for lack of a better word, such interactions into a circus. I think we will listen to you, but don't begin to also push us to have a back and forth with you. I don't think it is right. So with that said, if you need us, we will still be available to have conversations even outside the main briefings that we have. The CEO has committed, we are available. So with this, CEO, maybe you can wind up our responses.
Thank you. Joseph Phoenix, I think we addressed that question earlier, that remember that results for the National Assembly are finalized at the constituency level. So those can be accessed, but this is not to indicate that it's not important that the Commission shares centrally. I just indicated that please appreciate that for the Commission now the priority is to focus on the presidential election for obvious reasons. But as that when we get that opportunity, we will update the nation. But that doesn't mean that you have a blackout in this same window. Please, through your respective offices and so forth, get in touch with the returning officers. You will be availed with the declared winners for the members of parliament in the respective constituencies. I do take note that Mr. Kasonde's submission, most of them were really statements that may not require my response, but I just wish to address one issue. The suspension, resumption, and what were the implications. I think the statement from the chairperson was very clear, and the operative word there was resume. And within the provisions of the law and procedures. So if a station was counting, then you resume counting, and we know who is allowed to attend the count: agents, monitors, and observers, besides the commission staff. So that was the commission directive in that lifting of the suspension. For those that had already counted, resuming means you proceed to the next stage, which was take the results to the totaling center for purposes of the returning officer, adding them up, that is for the presidential election, and announcing the results for that constituency and transmission to Lusaka. So there is no recount. There's a procedure in the law for a request for a recount. As far as we're concerned, we have not yet received a report from a presiding officer that received a submission for any recount at any polling station. So that is the position with respect to that. I think the rest of the items, as I indicated, were comments that have been taken note of. So once again, with that, we will continue to update the nation, and maybe for the sake of repeating, the commission is scheduled to do 2 announcements of results today. The first at 13 hours. And on a lighter note, I've taken longer than I was instructed to do here. I pray it does not affect the 13 hours. Or rather, the team here is part of the key chain in that verification process. So we will see how we can work double speed to ensure that we keep to our commitment for 13 hours. And then the second is scheduled for 20 hours this evening. I thank you.
Thank you. With that, we've come to the end of our briefing.
Madam, excuse me. I've just woken up from the bedroom to come here.
We will beg to move.
I'm the secretary to the Council of President in the UPND Alliance.
Can I check with you, sir?
To the UCZ. The issue of questions now is over. Any political party that has got questions, let them write to you, the commissioner. Your time and your dedication right now, let it be to announce the elections, not people coming here trying to alarm the situation. We don't want that. You ECZ right now, can you focus on the announcing of the elections, not this what we are hearing here.
I think
it is not fair. Look, these are confused people. They're trying to confuse the nation.
Okay,
we cannot allow that.
Can we end here?
Can you focus on the announcing of the elections? And let everybody do the same. Not what is happening here. It's not fair. The Zambia is depending on you and this body, and this is the only body. They have got that kind of illusion in their mind to say they have won these elections. You are the only body to announce.
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me.
Yes, madam.
May I request, we have closed this session.
I appreciate it. That's why I'm in the pajamas.
The feedback has been received, and we'll beg to move for now. Thank you.
Right now, I'm in the pajamas. This nonsense should not continue. Zambia is big. Zambia is big.